Hey. Wanted to welcome you guys to today's show. Today is the very first show, so it's a little janky, because I don't have my team with me. Like, we're all set up and stuff, because I wanted to do this. I kind of put us under a pretty heavy timeline. But, boom, here we go. So, this show is called The Zone. This is the Bell Zone, but it's my zone where I get to come and talk about the things that I want to talk about with you guys. And for Monday shows, we are always going to talk about money. Money is the topic here. How to multiply money, how to make money, how to earn money, how to keep more money. That's the goal. So today, and there will be some call-ins. Like I said, we do have some questions lined up. Later, we will have, as a matter of fact, next week for sure, we will have a way for you guys that watch the show live to be able to call in and get your questions answered live in real time with me. I will do it. I love it. And I want to communicate and I want to talk to more of you guys. So, but let's jump straight into today, right? So, I don't know if you guys know this, but I wanted to share this because I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, right? I typically talk to what I call the middle class millionaire. I look crazy, right? I look like I just got off work and I just started drinking. But I tend to talk to the middle class millionaire. This is live. Hold on. Boom. You guys make sure the lights are on when we do that. All right? Yeah, good. So I tend to talk to the middle class millionaire. That's important because if you guys have ever seen me talk about making a wealth decision, I'm going to go over that. That's going to be the premise of our shows all the time on Monday for The Zone, and I'll do it quick. This is the wealth decision, right? This looks like this. It's a pyramid. We have the lower part. We're not really talking to the lower part of the wealth decision in the pyramid. They have help. They need help. I got it. I'm not always like, I want to educate everybody. But at some point, we got to make that decision, right? The distinction. So this part, this is the middle. This is the middle class right here. This is the upper middle. This is the upper middle. This is the wealthy. This is that wealthy part. So this gap right here, I mean, we all come from there. I grew up middle class just like you. But this is the challenge right here. This is really the trap all the time. Why is that middle part the trap? Because if you live in the middle, if you're a middle class millionaire, or let's say you're just middle class period. Let's say you make 80,000, 100,000. Now they're saying that you got to make 150,000 to be middle class. But I want to tell you guys, the new middle class are the people who make $1 million. The middle class right now, I just read something on Market Watch. It said people who make $1 million a year are actually living 50% of the people that make $1 million a year as an income are living paycheck to paycheck. Now that used to be people who were living paycheck to paycheck were at $50,000. So imagine how that's changed. So these 50,000 is new the middle class, the low class, but this new middle class millionaire is the new middle class. Why? They are living paycheck to paycheck. 50% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because if you're in the middle, you get hit with taxes. You got college debt, right? You got a house payment. You got sold these stories. You got sold these stories by banks. You got sold these stories by banks and corporations, IRS, all that stuff. You get hit the heaviest in taxes. Oh, who hasn't heard this story, guys? Right? And I'll be quick because I'm going to get to questions. Go to college. Get a good job. When you graduate, you get a good job. When you get a good job, you started off maybe, if you were lucky, you started off maybe making 80 grand a year. Boom. Depending on what you did. I went to the military. So when I got out of high school, I didn't go to college. I got like maybe 30 grand, 30K a year. That was back in the day. And I don't think they make any more than that. So I was living below the poverty line, even getting out of school, going into the military. And you military guys know what I'm talking about. When you first start, you ain't getting that much money. Even if you got to 50K a year, ain't that much money. You're struggling. Right. So if you went to college, you now have college debt. You are now responsible to go get a job because you have to pay for stuff. Now you're going to get hit with taxes. This debt doesn't go away regardless of what the government says they're going to get rid of it. And once you kind of get going in the world, you're probably going to be sold a story, which you haven't been, which if you haven't already, because that's a middle class story. Buy a house, get out of school, go to college, get into college debt, and once you get out of school, you go to college, get a college debt, you start buying a house. You're already trapped. You're already stuck in this middle class place. Why is that? Because if you weren't focused on creating wealth, if you didn't make this decision, then you will be stuck in the middle, hoping to make more money, paying taxes, trying to focus on paying off debts, which everyone says you should get a job, don't make a lot of money, pay a lot of money in taxes, and oh, by the way, the last bit of money you have, go get into debt so you can work on driving your debt down. Where does that come from? Your house payment, right? You got groceries, you got kids, you have your wife or husband, you got your wife, you got a husband, or your significant other, whatever that is, right? You got medical bills, you got car payment, right? Like, how do you do all this stuff? How do you do all this stuff? Only really taking home, let's just say you take home about 40% of how much money you made anyways. This is a trap, my friends. It doesn't matter how much money you make, it's a trap, right? The only way out of that trap is to make a decision once and for all that you are going to be a part of the wealthy. That's it. There's only one way out of this thing. You have to make a 100% conscious decision to do this. The problem is that you can't make a decision on something that you don't even know is one of your options. You go to college, they'll teach you how to work for somebody, but they don't teach you how to be wealthy. I didn't actually learn what the wealthy were doing because that wasn't what I was exposed to, right? My mom and dad worked their butts off for me, right? To take care of me. They split up when I was young. I floated around. I left home when I was pretty young, but I wasn't surrounded by people who were successful, right? There were some statistics I want to share with you guys. Did you guys know that 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? Period. Right? So if you're already behind the power curve. You're already jumping into this world where they can't make it. If you make $1 million, 50% of them are living paycheck to paycheck, but you don't really hear about how they're struggling, right? So if you don't want to be stuck in this middle class, you got to make a decision once and for all to do this. And when I started studying the top of the top people, even though I had a business, I was still a part of the middle class millionaires because I was making a lot of money, but I wasn't really making money. Not to the effects of where I could weather an economic storm, just like most of my buddies. If there's an economic storm, you have a situation happen with your life, with your medical stuff, your family, all of those things rock you around, right? So as a business owner, that's a problem. Even if you're an entrepreneur, let's say you're just getting started in business, but you make a lot of money. Most of the problem when people are entrepreneurs and business owners, here's their trap. The middle class millionaire trap is this. Let's say you go buy a house, because you were taught that. You go buy a house. Let's say then after that, you go buy a Lambo. Just wasting your money on a Lambo. You got some extra money. You want to impress your friends. You go buy watches, right? Women, maybe it's that Chanel purse, that Gucci purse. How do you even spell purse? Purse, is that right? Yep, there you go. Purse, whatever. You guys get it. That purse. These are just random stuff. You can buy a Ferrari. Right, my buddies buy Ferraris, Lambos, all that other stuff. Buy the house, the big expensive house. Now they have this mortgage to pay. These are all traps. All of them are traps. Because what are we taught? What do we say? Oh, well, I want to reward myself. I got to get a reward. Am I right? The thought is you got to reward yourself. The reward should be wealth. Right? Freedom. This is the game. Freedom. All the wealthy, the top 1%, only focused on this. They didn't do this. They didn't do this. They didn't do the purses. They didn't do anything. All of them focused on the wealth. They made a decision once and for all to get wealthy. But if you're in the front of the middle class, you're not taught that. Our moms and dads didn't teach us that. They weren't exposed to that, right? And we all have the same story, right? Money doesn't grow on trees. A penny saved is a penny earned. Rich people are greedy, blah, blah, blah. If you're a good person and you grow up hearing those things, it actually makes you, especially when you're good, you don't want to be rich because the thought is you're greedy, right? And then when you make a lot of money and you have to give the majority of it away and something happens, you can't help anybody. So the goal is not to be rich, which is why this is called rich versus wealthy. The goal is not to be rich. The goal is to be wealthy. Boom. That's the goal. Not rich, You want wealth. You want to create wealth. And how do you create wealth? I'll share with you just a short thing straight out of my book. Straight out of my book. You Need More Cash Flow. If you want this book, leave a comment in there. I think we're live. Yep, we're live. If you want this, leave a comment in there. And I'll make sure to get you a link. But you got to put where to send that link. I'll be able to drop that in there, or the team will drop it in there for you. So the number one way to do that, and I'm not talking to this first group as much because I get it. Most of the people that we talk to have a business, they're entrepreneurs, they're already successful, right, at what they do. So, but you have to learn how to earn. You have to learn how to earn money. I'll just do the money sign. That's all janky looking, right? But you guys get it. First, that's the first step. Earn money. Everyone knows how to earn money. You know how to work a job. You know how to run your business. You already kind of understand that, right? Number two, the goal here, though, is to earn more money. Get your money up. Focus on making more money, more income in the business that you have, side jobs, whatever it is, hustle up. This is the strategy, though. This is the wealth. After you make the wealth decision, you got to make the commitment. Then you got to take some steps. Next, you got to learn how to keep it. How do you keep money? You got to make sure that it's kept. You don't lose the money, right? Because you got to put that money away. If not, it's going to be spent on what? Like we said, Lambos, big houses, watches, purses, vacations and trips before you really earn them. Like I said, you got to make once you make a decision to be wealthy, you start doing different things when you get more money and you got money sitting. Next, last but not least, you want to be able to multiply money. Multiply the money. How do you do that? By investing. There is no person who's created a massive amount of wealth. I'm talking about the top 1%, which is the goal that for you need to be, that doesn't invest. They invest their money and they have debt. Not one of them is walking around with no debts. None of them. Even though you hear them talk about, oh, we liquidated, we have this. They have debt going on. You cannot create wealth without some form of debt associated it. Because you got to invest in assets. All professional assets, like multifamily assets we look at, institutional quality deals, have debt associated with them. That is leverage. That is how you do this. But if you focus on this part, this is the big piece. Investing. Really, you want to have equity. These guys focus on equity. Hey, they'll invest their money in something that pays them per month. They got cash flow coming in. And oh, by the way, they got some equity stake in a deal that works for them. That works for them. So if you're thinking about, so once you've made the decision, one, you got to make a decision. That's first. You make the decision. Number two, you make a commitment. Your commitment only works in two ways. It's time and it's money. You commit time and you commit money towards that thing. Right? So the time and the money. So, but once you commit that time and that money, you have to think through this. Hey, look, we already know how to make money. We have a business that works. We make X amount of dollars, whatever that is. Then next, we need to keep that money. You need to keep this into an account, right? We call it our financial freedom fund. Put something in a place where you can't touch it, right? So you take that money and you move it over. Like you earn whatever money, you pay your bills out of your business, you hire more people, you get a better facility, whatever it is that you're doing, you throw your money into marketing and sales. That extra money, you just push that over into a financial freedom fund. A fund meaning like it's a bank account, something that's sacred. You don't touch it until you've saved up enough money without losing it, not spending it. It's not an emergency plan. It is your wealth plan. Then you put it into something that cash flows. Something that multiplies your money. Like for us, I'm sharing this with you guys and I'm going to move on. It's real estate. And for some people, they invest in businesses. I personally don't invest in other businesses. I personally do not. I think the real estate part is better. It's simple. And I'm not talking about regular single families at all. No single families. I'm talking about multifamily real estate with scale. Business level real estate. 100 to 300 units. That's our target of where we're at. That's what we look at as it relates to our fund. You can invest with us. You can do it by yourself. But I made a decision to build a business that helps more people to do that because I want to become wealthy. I want to take care of my family, and I want to help other people who want to do the same thing, who want to get out of the rich middle-class millionaire trap that most people are stuck in. So that's where we at. That's where we're at on those things. And that said, if you just stick to these one little simple plans, number one, make the decision. Number two, focus on these three things. Earn money, which I'm sure you probably already got. That says earn. earn money. You probably already know how to do that. You have a business, you're making money, you're doing great. Now the goal is make more money. How do you get more money? You can only do that through marketing and sales. That's it. You need to ramp up your marketing, ramp up your sales, whatever that is. Get more. You need more clients, more customers and clients giving you money than you can actually facilitate. You know, I put marketing and sales up there. That's the only thing that makes a business money, or an entrepreneur. Marketing and sales. Next, you need to learn how to make sure your money is kept. Keep it, don't lose it. You don't want to have to worry about those things. Pay your taxes and do all that stuff up here. The remaining part, don't go blow it trying to look rich. Rich is not the goal. Wealthy is the goal. Next, put your money in something that multiplies. It works as hard as you do to earn it. After you've already kept it, you need it to multiply for you. You need to be putting it into something that sends you money every month. Doesn't need to be a lot of money every month, but it does need to send you something. And next, build money, because once you throw your money here, you're not going to have any more money in savings. What's going on? Yeah, once you put your money here, it's gonna move away. You got to do this, so you're gonna have to move it around. All right. So things like we got stuck. But anyways, back to that. This decision of wealth. So one of the questions we got, where's it at? Without the call in, so I do appreciate the question. So here's the one. If I have money already saved, should I invest it by buying my own real estate deal? Great question. All right, let's see. What is this? All right. Think we're good. Got something coming back from YouTube. But, so question was, if you have money saved, should you turn around and do your own deal? Well, that depends on where you got your money from. If you got your money from your business and you got a good business, you don't need two businesses. So if let's say you have a business, let's say you're an entrepreneur, you're already doing this, and you got some money already saved, already kept. You already know how to keep it. It's saved. It's safe and protected. You don't need to invest in another business that warrants your attention, because when your attention is down, your money will go down too. And you're going to still need to have your mind on this one. So if this one's already making you money, it doesn't make sense to invest money into another business and then lose that money. It's gone. Then now you got to figure out how to make it back. You're trying to double up. Don't do that. Just take the money that you saved and invest it with somebody else that can keep the focus. Now you have two businesses, but you're really only focusing on this one, my friend. So the question was, like I said, if you have money, should you go buy another single family house? That's another business. You're not going to keep a single family house. Even if you rented it out, you got one tenant paying it. And if they move out, you have to pay it. That's not a business. That is a nightmare. All right. So what do? Just take your money and invest it in multifamily, something like what we do. Or whatever. I don't know what to tell you, but that's the answer I can give you, because that's what I've been doing. I take money from turning and burning houses. I buy multifamily property, invest my money in there, stay in them with other partners, and then we all make cash flow. And then later when we sell, we get like a 2 to a 3x. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. We got them. Right? This is what I do. I can only tell you what I do. But I wasn't doing it actually big enough. I needed to go bigger. Which is why now I'm like, dude, I want more partners. I want thousands of partners in my deals. I want to help hundreds of thousands of people invest, because I know the value of making a decision of helping people move from being just rich that want to create wealth for themselves and take care of their families into the future. That's what I'm doing for my family. So to answer your question, look, if you got a good business and you have money already saved, don't go start a new business by trying to buy single family houses and try to flip a house. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take energy. And trust me, if you take your focus off of the thing that's working, it will go down, I promise you. Even if you had employees doing it, if it's working, you need to go, like I said, do more marketing, do more sales as an entrepreneur, bring more leads in the door for the people that's taking care of it and making you more money, and then grow that bigger, and then take that money and invest it in a vehicle, like we said, like multifamily, that's making you more money. So I hope that answers your question. That's how wealthy people do it. They focus on their business, they invest, they become investors. You'll make more money being an investor. That's the last part of that decision. It's like, how do you get there? It's like you earn money, you keep money, you multiply money. The multiplying money is an investment. It's not a new business, right? So I hope that helps. I hope that answers questions. This went really quick, not the format I want, but I was so committed to doing this thing today with you guys. I hope this helps you. I will do a lot more of these, but if you have questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. I talk through them. Naturally, we're going to have calls next week. But Wednesday, we'll do a real estate one. That one will be a lot easier to follow because it's real estate. I love real estate. This was in relation to moving from just being middle class millionaire or thinking about it, because we're all taught that as middle class growing up. Get rich. What is rich? Rich, you're going to pay highest in taxes. You're probably going to have college debt. You're probably going to have a house mortgage or something that you've been sold to go get a house or something. That's the dream. It's not. It's a nightmare. You're going to be stuck in this trap of being a middle class rich or a middle class millionaire if you have a business. And that's the trap I'm trying to help you get out of by making the decision to become wealthy. So I hope that helps you guys today. This was great for me because I wanted to do this and later. And thank you for that question that came in today. I hope that helps. If you have money saved and you've already made, congratulations on saving money. That's a tough thing to do, putting money away and not touch it. Don't risk it. Put it in something that can multiply for you. If you want our help, you can reach out to us. You can go to bell-capital.com. We're here for you, here to answer any questions you have, point you in the right direction if it's not with us. But any way I can help you, we're here for you. Let us know, and we will make that happen. Have a great day today.